distance, this opening hole is really a gorgeous getaway. You can kind of get lost to just looking out on the horizon.
Yeah, it certainly is pleasing to the eye off the tee. You see the hole bending gently to the left. Bunker down the left, not really in play.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Frank, now the second shot here at the par 4 opening hole. What are we looking at?
Well, with a short iron in hand, Rich, I mean, you just go flag hunting straight out of the gate. It's a generous green.
I'm thinking about 90 yards from here. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
This one has a good line. And he has it, Frank.
I don't believe it.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here. And he has it for birdie. Already teed up here at the second. This won't hurt him, Frank.
Just a little left of the flag. That's fine.
That was a solid strike and a good result.
Well, that's the best that was going to be on the fringe.
Not too bad.
No snack, though.
That's costly right there.
Painful.
Getting set now over the putt. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
He's made it. Nudge this one home, finish it up. Did the job right there. Frank, plenty of scoring opportunities in the early portion of this golf course. We're now at a par 5, the third hole, and it's only 528 yards.
You can see why we're going to see a lot of people perhaps being 3 under through the first 3 holes, Rich. This par 5 bending to the right, very reachable. You just keep that tee shot nice and high off the tee. Let it carry as far as possible.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Nice position, short grass, second shot. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at Eagle coming up. All right, Frank, what's the right play here on this second shot to the par 5 third?
Well, even though that hole is a dogleg to the right, the best way to bring it in actually is to use the general contours, which is right to left, and the shape of the shot in that direction as well. So it might look like a little cut, but it actually suits a little draw.
Long putt here. This will require a good touch. Oh my gosh, that hurts. That's a nice lag putt. Frank, what would you focus on a long putt?
That 3-foot circle, obviously you allow yourself a little bit more the further and further away you get, but just expectations, lower them a little bit. There's certain distances, just take 2.
Well, that was just a lousy putt right there. No other way to say it. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Score that a birdie. Good roll. Frank, it's always fun to play a par 3 just like this one.
The ball's going to go further. Obviously get to tee it up. Should be able to carry that water. That's really the only problem for the player in front. But once again, another good chance for a birdie.
192-yard par 3 fourth. Hoping to get this up and down here, Frank, at the par 3 after missing the green.
Yeah, it's not all bad.
Not his best, but not his worst. He just got away a little bit to the right. So getting set for a greenside bunker shot. Frank, when I think of the great bunker players in the history of the sport, I think about Gary Player, Seve Ballesteros, whom you knew so well. What did they do that made them so effective on these greenside bunker shots?
They had an attitude for a start that was different. For them, it was they saw possibilities. And they would imagine the amount of sand. Remember, because this is the only shot in golf where you don't have to hit the ball first. So they would really choose the amount of sand behind the ball, whether that was 1 inch or 2. Aim the club at that and made sure they followed through. Yeah, a little unlucky there.
Now a birdie bid for Jason Dufner. What a beautiful roll right there. Dead center. Well, again, Frank, we get that good mix of holes here. We've had a couple of par 3s, a short par 5, and that opening par 4. Now at the 5th hole, 424-yard par 4.
The first bunker on the right, not really in play for the good players. Just be a little cognizant of that one on the left side, depending on what club you want to hit off the tee. Ideally, that line is the 3rd bunker, the one in the distance. That's a good line off the tee here. Oh, that was sweet. Straight down the middle. What a great shot. Oh, That's fine.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
Now the approach shot from Ian Poulter.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
And getting ready for the putt. Everybody loves him. Birdie on the card. Frank, the sixth here at Banff Springs, a good little hole, isn't it?
It is very tempting, very easy to sort of just stand up there and wail away with the driver and get caught. This is a generous fairway. You could hit any club down there and you're not going to have a problem with the second shot. So it's just trying to find a yardage that you're comfortable with.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Well, you have to be thinking about birdie here on this approach shot at the sixth, Frank.
A good aggressive tee shot, pretty close to the narrow neck of that green. Awkward, whether you try and hit a little pitch and run or try and hit a lofted wedge and sort of pitch that ball a little closer to the hole.
Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Blixt with a birdie attempt here. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
So a tester from 4 feet. Now to the second par 5 on this opening 9. Frank, this is a pretty long hole, 602 yards.
Well, it's called hoodoo. Do you know what hoodoo means? It means bad luck, actually, so you don't really want to be thinking about that on this tee shot. 602 yards, if you belt one off the tee, well, you might avoid the bad luck.
Frank, one of our colleagues at Golf Channel, Brian Hammond's always liked to say, keep it in the short grass. It is nice to play from the fairway.
The game's so much easier from the fairway. Less decisions to be made. You don't have to worry about a flyer or the lip in front of the bunker or a tree. The game almost appears straightforward from there.
Well, this one's sweet, Frank.
Super.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Frank, this is a place where you can really sort of commune with nature. It's absolutely spectacular out here, isn't it?
I've forgotten how pretty it is. Canada, no disrespect, but, you know, elk, some of the wildlife. The golf course is just beautiful, too, the view. I mean, it's very easy to get distracted.
Frank, a chance to get home in 2 here on this par 5?
You would think so after a good tee shot, Rich. A very long, narrow green. The best shot would be to hit a nice, high, towering second shot, but anything that pitches on the front is going to skip forward.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Playing his third here at the par 5. Frank, that is nothing more than a punch to the gut.
Oh, it's cruel, Rich. Good putt and deserves so much more. Another shot added, though.
I mean, takes the wind right out of your sails. Drops it in for birdie. So just a formality here. Seems to really have the touch today. Frank, you like this kind of design feature where you go from the longest hole in the course immediately to the shortest hole.
Certainly, golf giveth and golf taketh away. This is just minimally uphill, just a couple of feet, but you can see from the overview the design of the green. And that flag's on the right, it's a little bit of a longer carry, so just be a little cognizant of that. You don't have to hit it directly at the flag.
Not enough on that one.
Yeah, it just seemed to baby it. Second shot. If you hit enough shots, every now and again, one's going to go in.
Crazy, crazy game. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
Comfortably knocks it in.
So we'll round out the front side here at Banff Springs with a par 5 and reasonably short at only 501 yards.
So very reachable because of that yardage that you just referenced. Hole bends a little bit to the right. You can favor the left side with a tee shot. It's just going to make that angle on the second a little bit easier. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Not the best shot, this one in the rough, but still will have a play from there. Frank, so many different lies in golf. This is one you don't see too much. The golf ball is on the mulch.
Yeah, and it never really sits up. So this is one of those ones you've got to be much more conservative than you'd like to be. Play for the fat of the green. Oh, that's off the beaten track. You've got 5 minutes to find it.
He'll need to be strong with this. Frank, ball is in the rough here. What are the problems on this next shot?
Well, this is really where the skill level comes in. A good par. This is where the good player separates himself from the rest.
You can see a little bit off balance on the tee, and that one is going to be in the rough. In the bunker, still with a chance for an up and down. Third shot now from the bunker. Great shot coming out of that bunker right there.
Showing some skills today.
Jonas Blixt for birdie. Frank, there's an old basketball announcer who used to say when a ball went in and out of the cylinder just the way that one did, he would say, "Ringtail howitzer." And that one just didn't go in. He'll take par and move on. So they'll tap in. Did the job right there. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. And we are back on this beautiful day here at Banff Springs in the Canadian Rockies. Set to kick off all the action on the back nine. The 10th begin with a par 3, Frank, 218 yards.
And I have no...
Good news is, was able to retrieve the golf ball.
Yeah, on dry land. And can he carry it this time, though?
Third shot now after the last one found the deep blue.
Yeah, you can still minimize the damage here. It's only one bad shot that you got punished for.
That is always so disappointing from that kind of a spot when you come up short.
Yeah, you're licking your chops over that one. A shot you think you could hit directly at the flag. Now, test for the short game.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Frank, in golf, as we know, there's short grass and there's long grass. We all want to be in that short grass, but it doesn't always work out that way. So what's the most important element from the shot, from the rough?
You have to be a little bit more conservative first and foremost because you can't guarantee a perfect strike out of the long grass. So therefore you have to look around the greens, maybe short, to the right, to the left, and realize what's involved. And also just give yourself a slightly bigger target. That was a tricky one, but it's in.
On the tee here at the 11th hole, 417-yard par 4. Is this a drive you like to hit, Frank?
It certainly is, Rich, but it's a little narrower than what your eye first sees. And the reason why, there's a tree sort of another 40, 50 yards down the right side past that bunker. So if you hog that right side, that tree can become a little bit of a problem for the second shot.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Second shot now for Jonas Blixt.
There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Respectable shot right there. 20 feet or so from the hole. Frank's second shot here at 11 is pretty short, but it can be tricky.
It can. The various different levels. The highest point on the green is that back left. It does roll down to that right side, and then, of course, there's the front portion in the middle. So you've got to be just cognizant of trying to fly the ball the right distance. But when that flag is in the back left, to err a little on the left side, not such a bad thing.
Oh, he's going to love it. Great putt. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. You'll love them, the birdies, and that's another one. Frank, what are we looking at here at the par 4 12, 442 yards?
Players are really focused on that bunker down the left side. That's the one that has to be either laid up, which would be 286 yards off the tee, or sort of worked off. This could very well be a 3-wood off the tee. Just hit it straight at that left bunker. This is not heading in the right direction.
You know, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Oh, look out, Frank. Where's this one headed?
This is definitely rough, Rich, off the tee.
Into the thick stuff. That's a difficult lie. 150 yards left to the flagstick here. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
Certainly had enough power, just didn't have any touch. So in the first cut here, it could be worse. How about that shot right there from that lie in the rough to knock it that close? That's good. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Good putt. Now Dufner ready to roll the rock. Well, Frank, here's another pretty long par 3, the 13th here at Banff Springs, 225 yards. What's the right play?
Well, unless they have that flag all the way in the back, that first 2/3 of the green is just like a nice big circle. You hit it anywhere on that, you're going to have a putt of some 20, 25 feet maximum for birdie.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play, very solid.
There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Not quite what he wanted. Tee shot is in the bunker. All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in.
Could use this one. This is for par. Wow, almost fell within just a few inches of dropping. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Count that for a birdie. Back here at the par 4 14th, and we are ready to tee off. 442-yard hole, Frank.
It's called a wampum. My Canadian's not that good, so I don't know what that means, but the way I decipher it, another little dogleg to the right with bunkers all over the place. The sort of, in the place where you'd like to hit the tee shot is exactly where that crop of, what is that, 5 bunkers down the left side. So you're going to have to somehow squeeze it just right of that. Very awkward tee shot.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Jason Dufner getting set for his second shot. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
That will be a great look at birdie. Frank, what are we looking at on this approach shot here at the 14th?
This 14th green just built up a little bit. Got to be careful you don't miss this green on the left side. It'll just kick all the way down, and it'll be a difficult little chip up the hill. But once again, second shot's not too long.
Poulter has a history of getting on runs. He can light it up with a putter. Here's a birdie putt. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. He's made it. Frank, looking out here on the 15th hole, this looks like a spot where you could really crank one that you could tell your buddies about.
It's another hole that suits a player that hits the ball right to left. It's no surprise to see why Rory McIlroy plays well around here. Nice, big, high towering draw. It's going to go that extra yardage because of the elevation.
Now the Swede with all sorts of personality, Jonas Blixt, getting set for his approach. Frank, this one's offline.
There's rough and thick stuff over there. Well, that's a little absurd, that, Rich. That shot wasn't that hard, but it's come up well short.
Didn't appear committed through impact. This one's sitting up perfectly in the fairway. Only a 135-yard shot. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Ends up in the first cut, and he'll have a pretty good look at the whole location from here. From about 8 feet. Has his par. Getting set now over the putt.
Comfortably knocks it in.
Moving on to number 16 now. It's a par 4, 414 yards. And Frank, what are we looking at here?
It's another hole that'll favor a nice sort of high draw off the tee. It'll set up that second shot to a green that has got several different levels on it.
Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Great strike and a great result. Sitting up, good chance to attack the flag. Frank, club selection so important on this second shot here at the 16th.
Yeah, any time that the elements don't work in your favor, and by that I mean here the false front, everything rolling back, then you've got to actually be more aggressive, and you're going to get the reward. So it's not like playing reckless golf. It's just the terrain dictates that you fly the ball every inch of the way.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him. Oh, this is a huge putt. It's in.
Could this be the start of another Ian Poulter charge? We'll see. This for birdie. Just 2 holes left here at Banff Springs, and Frank, another par 4. This one, short, 374 yards.
It is. It's named Sarcee, which is a tribute to the Indian tribes here and the First Nations of Canada. So just think about that when you're teeing it off here on what is not an overly difficult par 4.
Coming down the home stretch here at the 17th, set up well for a chance to go after this flagstick. Took the big stick off the tee, but still challenging short second shot coming up here, Frank.
A much shorter second shot here on 17, Rich. But because that green's elevated, you've actually got to be that much more precise with this pitch.
These putts keep the round together. Are you kidding me?
That looked like it was in.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. And that's a birdie. So for Frank Nobilo and all of us here at EA Sports, I'm Rich Lerner, saying so long for now.